Today I'm going to be photographing waterfalls for the first time with the Google Pixel 7 mobile phone. Now this is the bog standard Pixel 7, it's not the Pro, and this one comes in around £500 to £600 retail, which interestingly is around 50% off the price of most current flagship mobile phones. Now I've had this phone a few days and I've recently purchased it as basically to be a second camera in my mobile phone photography setup. But so far I've not photographed any waterfalls with it, so it's going to be interesting to see what results I can get from this phone. Now I owned the Google Pixel phone a number of years ago, and then it was a little difficult to capture scenes such as this in long exposure, but it was possible. I managed to install a modified camera app, or alternatively I could try and fool the astrophotography mode into thinking it was night so I could take a long exposure image. But now with the latest Pixel phones, things are very, very different. To capture this scene here, you can see I've got no tripod, I've got no filters on the phone, and I'm currently in a locked state on my phone. What I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly double click the power button. It takes me straight into the camera app. I'm going to swipe over to motion, select long exposure, and in fact on this one I'm going to zoom in a little bit and I'm going to take the shot. As simple as that. The images that I'm seeing on the phone so far are really, really promising. In fact, at this point, I'd go as far to say that this is probably the best phone currently for shooting a waterfall with auto settings, especially in the long exposure mode. To me, it's absolutely nailing the images. It's not giving me a raw file to play with, but for me, that's not really a big issue because looking at the processed images, they look very similar to the images that I'd normally process from a raw file anyway, so that's not really a big issue for me. I'm also liking the shutter speed. It's not making the waterfall overly smooth, it's still leaving a little bit of movement in there. So far I'm really, really impressed. For this next shot I'm going to go in auto mode again, no tripod, but I am going to use a polarizing filter just to take the glare off the water as it goes by. Photography, by its nature, is always going to be subjective, and what I photograph and the style I photograph it in will not necessarily meet what you want from your own personal photography. However, for me, as someone that photographs waterfalls on a regular basis, and I've been doing it for the past year with an iPhone 13 Pro Max, I've got to say the Google Pixel 7 blows the iPhone out of the water, especially for my style of photography and for my needs. It's going to be a very time-saving device for me because it really is reducing my workflow, as a lot of the images it produces as default sort of match my personal taste. This is absolutely mind-blowing when you consider the value for money here. This phone is half of the price of the phone that I've been using for the past year. And although I purchased it as a secondary camera, I think going forward, it's looking like that this could be my main camera. As always, thank you very kindly for watching, and hopefully I will see you again. Goodbye.